Watch this.
Alright.
YouTube. This will probably take a few seconds. Live
So
on
we'll go
YouTube.
to all of those.
Oh shit! I forgot to set this up for whatever. We'll just do this. You ready?
Ready? Your mic?
No, because I don't have the mic plugged into this. So,
Alright.
but we're close enough. Go live. Mark Abrams along with Jamal Davis, and we are at the Sands Bethlehem Event Center. We're ready to embark on a big 9-bout card tonight beginning at 6:45 p.m. Our main event, Frank Alba, who you've seen fight, left-hand 130-pounders, fight about 35, 136 pounds. Take on Argentina's Ruben Dario Lopez. Alba has come off a loss to Andy Vences, who's a 22-0 fighter, for the top rank, trying to get his mojo back. What do you feel he needs to do, fighting in front of the hometown fans?
You got to stay sharp with a kid like Frank. I'm sorry. You got to stay sharp with a kid like Frank. Frank is he's in the gym, he's focused, and he boxes a little bit smarter than what he may have done in his past and stuff like that. Small setbacks do that to you, but making the adjustments to handle this. We all know that guy's coming from where this kid is from.
Argentina.
Argentina. They tough. They come strong. They come prepared to fight, and they have hard heads. But
our co-feature bout, Eric Spring taking on Nicholas Hernandez. Let me ask you a question. Spring and Hernandez they've sparred each other over 100 rounds.
Right.
Sometimes the familiarity breeds contempt. I mean, maybe they don't like each other now, but there's a lot of respect there. You've sparred guys probably hundreds and hundreds of rounds.
Yeah.
Have you ever fought anyone that you sparred that much?
Oh man, me and Gabe Azali used to have wars in the gym, and we'd be like, yo, I'm the best, or I'm the best. It was always a back and forth. It was always competitive, But being underneath these lights with the smaller gloves on, fighting for something, it changes that dynamics of things. It make you fight a little bit harder and stuff like that. And you tend to think about these sparring matches where the guy may have a better day than you in sparring. They reflect on, well, this is what I did, or I'm not really worried because this guy can't punch, until they get in front of him with them 8-ounce gloves.
16 or 14, 16,
yeah,
8-ounce
that
gloves.
extra pad and stuff make a difference and stuff like that. But it's a different ball game with smaller gloves.
Nicholas Hernandez well since you turned your back in Philadelphia and you moved to Harrisburg.
I didn't turn my back on my city. I love my city.
But you know Nick a little bit. Tell us about him.
Nick is good, man. He's developing. He brought in a new trainer, so he's working with
Carlos Quintana, the former world champion.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think it's good. I still ask how that came about and stuff like that, how he ended up there in Lebanon, but we had to talk about that. I like Nick though, man. I think the change of trainers and stuff is gonna make a difference. This is I want to say it's a step up for him and stuff like that. They had something that they're fighting for outside of whatever else.
The USBF Silver Championship. It's a fledgling organization, but for guys like Spring and Hernandez, that's like a world title bout to them. Just to have a belt at the end of the night.
Fighting. What I've noticed is I've been given some opportunities to fight for some championships now, and no matter what belt it is, these belts feel great to hold. So some people may not get to the IBF, the USBA, but they get a chance to get on a stage. They hold a seat at the table now and stuff because they have a piece of something that these guys right here on cards like this are looking forward to getting to get to the next level.
And it looks good. It looks good 20 years from now when your grandkids bring their friends over. Look what my grandfather used to do.
Definitely. Kids get a kick out of it. When I go speak at the schools and I take my belts and stuff like that, they love them. They love how they feel and all that stuff. And you have to be able to speak to the kids, but you have to have something that they want to see. And these belts are what they want to see. Every time you look at them, people are glued to it.
We have a couple local fighters, Martino Jules from Allentown, Jonathan Torres from Bethlehem, Ricky Nuno from Bethlehem, Canelo Wheeler from Bethlehem as well. You fought a lot in Philadelphia. What's that add in, like we said, Lebanon against Reading, the Alba from Allentown? So we got a lot of local flavor here on the card night. What's that add of these fighters, knowing that we're going to have, from what I understand, a pretty packed arena here tonight. That they're going to have a big cheering section for them.
You're fighting in front of your home crowd, your home city and stuff like that, and all your friends and family are here and stuff like that. It's not like you fighting in Las Vegas and stuff like that, whereas though people can't always make it out. These people are coming here with their family, their friends, to see this and stuff like that, and that's the part that's exciting. I get out here and I fight because I love it. I love being underneath these lights. I love how I feel, but it's even bigger and important feeling when you have your family right there with you and sharing your own stuff, especially the voices consistently and stuff outside of your trainers and stuff like that. So I think it's gonna be great, man. The venue is great. It's gonna be an exciting night.
So we mentioned the Alba, the main event fighter. We mentioned Spring and Hernandez for the title. We mentioned the local guys. It's still not all. There's two major prospects. We're a little bit further along on the card. Fell out of Detroit. King's Promotion just picked up Janelson Boca Chica, 13-0 with 9 knockouts, take on Gabor Gorbix out of Hungary, 26-16 with 16 knockouts. And leading off our card tonight would be Raja Butayev, 11-0 out Brooklyn by way of I believe Kazakhstan, if I'm not mistaken. I don't have the in front of me, but these two kids are major prospects. Fighting in separate welterweight bouts. So, these are two names to look out in the future. I know they've been already mentioned for high-profile network slots. So it seems like we got a full plate of action tonight.
Yeah, and that's what you look forward to and stuff like that. I believe that the new kids that are signed right now have a lot of things to be hungry for and prove points on. So I think it's going to be a great show on their part and stuff like that, especially the ones with family and everything can make it out. But what King's Promotion is doing, along with Titans Promotion, they putting together cards.
Better mention Titans.
You gotta mention Titans, man.
Or else you'll be back in Philadelphia before you know it.
Nah, Titans Promotion, I love them, man. Like that whole establishment over there is great. But to have Titans Promotion and King's Promotion working together and stuff like that, I think it's good because they believe in great fights, good shows and stuff like that, and that's what you get a chance to get. Whereas though sometimes you get paid box where guys are paid to outclass another guy and stuff like that. They find a guy falling off the bar stool and give him a deal to fight.
Well, fans and everyone out there, I want you to come right back here on the King's Boxing webpage, 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time. The last 3 fights are going to go over to Warfare Sports. But King's Boxing Facebook page at 6:45. Mark, me, and Jamal will be on the call, and we'll introduce you to some of these fighters. Maybe we'll have a few special guests throughout the night. But until then, we'll see you tonight at the fights at 6:45 p.m. Eastern Time.
I know I like doing stuff like this, man. It's the fun part of everything. You just got the hard part because you got set up and everything.
Oh, one second.
Dang, so you got to shut everything up?